Hi, my name is Jan Schwartz. I'm with the New Lenox Public Library, and today we're going to be dividing perennial plants. Perennials come back every year as opposed to annuals, which die over the winter. It's much easier to manage a garden with perennials in it than it is with annuals. Perennials pretty much take care of themselves, especially after a year when they're really established. Right now you're looking at a group of very beautifully propagated daisies. We're going to divide them up and actually put them in another garden and save some to give away. Okay, this area here of woody bed area, this is what happens after you haven't divided your plants for a while. The center becomes dead and everything propagates around it. So right now we're going to remove part of this. These daisies, this particular variety is going to grow about 3 feet high and completely cover that PG hydrangea bush. So eventually all of these are going to be moved probably to the back of the foundation and make it a more attractive garden. And then it's also going to go to other areas of the property. And to divide, first of all, you'll see almost a natural division right here that you can line up your nice spade to. The spade, nice and flat, sharp on the bottom, will cut right through those roots and divide it very nicely. So it's basically the only equipment you desperately need other than a watering can, something to transport your plants in. It doesn't even have to be a pot. It could even be an old tarp or something that you can lay on and drag to another area. It's nice to have a clipper and a small garden shovel just in case you need it, but it's not required. So right now we're going to go back and we're going to divide our plant. First of all, we're going to loosen around the roots, as so. This is going to give us quite a few daisy plants. And these plants can get to be pretty expensive, so just buying one and waiting until the next year when you can get something like this is wonderful. And you're going to be saving a lot of money. And watch, there's many different varieties of daisies. Some of them bloom a lot longer than others. These particular ones bloom very much longer. A Shasta daisy is darling. They're very small. They're short, low-growing, great plants. They don't bloom very long. So as many daisies as there are, every garden center you go to is going to have different names. So look for one that blooms for at least a month. Okay, now we're going to lift and see exactly what we have as far as our plants and what kind of root growth we've had over the winter. Okay. This particular clump is going to yield a few daisy plants. Okay. Right here, you're going to have one healthy one here. So we're just going to cut through just sharp and take a look at this root growth. As you can see, this is what it spreads on. Okay, the runners go underground, spread nicely. There's a worm all ready to go to its new home. And this one's ready to fly. This one will also possibly be a plant. We're going to try it. So we're going to put this over here in our pot to go to its new home. And then we're going to examine this clump to see exactly what we have. Some of this dirt is going to go away just for the purpose of being able to see what we have. We're going to try to divide these plants. As you can see, they're going to come apart. You can almost feel it. The beautiful, beautiful root growth we have here. Just like this. You can kind of feel it go loose in between. It'll be its own natural division. It's down. Okay. Now we'll be able to pull one clump apart. There's plenty of nice roots there. Okay, I think we're going to leave this one together. This looks really, really tightly done, and this will make a beautiful clump right here. So we've got two out of this. These I think we will be discarding because that's not going to work. Probably going to want some more, so we're going to take a couple more out of here. Slice right through that big long root. Let's see what we have. Okay. This may be one. Oh no, we've got a good clump here. Here's 3 plants. Beautifully done. Take the dead stuff off and we're good. All right. So we almost have another garden here that we're going to be transporting. And then we're going to go to our next perennial area and divide a few more. The next type of perennial that we're going to divide are asters. Asters, this particular variety of aster will grow about 4 feet tall. It will need support, and they're getting to be just way too big. It's actually divided itself over there. We've got a couple of little plants. We can take those with us, but in the meantime, we will be doing similar to what we did to the daisies. We're going to be cutting straight down and digging up a clump, transferring it to just actually this area right here, which is bare, and it'll fill in a really nice spot. So let's go. Okay, now we're going to see what kind of root system we have to work with in our transplant. And we'll pick up our clump. Okay, so to give you an idea, here's what we have. First of all, this isn't going to have enough root to transplant, so this isn't going to go with us. But let's take a look at these. This will be the area it's going to be going to. So actually, we could just take the whole thing and plant it right like under here, and it'll be beautiful. We're going to be using these old wire things for support for the group. So this is going to go right here. Push it all the way down. Let's try another place. There we go. All right. This is going to be really, really nice. We're going to come back after and we're going to move those also. We can transplant these right now. transplanting, it's nice to dig a nice enough hole. Our dirt here is nice and soft. It's actually great. Very little clay. I'm lucky on this part. We can fit this in a little deeper. And here he goes. You just have to firm up your dirt around it. Do not plant it too deep. It should be even with where it was. So you're not going to be covering the crowns of these. You don't want to drown them with dirt. It should just be like they were. And then we will be watering them with that watering can that we had. Transplanting, dividing and transplanting is great for perennials. This entire garden has all been transplanted into this area. Okay, the next thing that we're going to divide are hostas. Hostas are multiply very fast. And as you can see, all of this nice line here, they've all been transplanted and divided to create a really nice edging around the deck. There's another group of another type of hosta, also the same way. Eventually, right here, this, believe it or not, is a hydrangea plant, which also can totally be divided. We're not going to do that today, however. We're focusing on smaller plants. But these can be divided right here. Right here, you could slice right through, divide down, dig it up, leave a good sized root ball on that, and transplant it. That's a little bigger project. We're focusing on smaller things today, but if you do have one, that's something that can easily be divided. My husband pointed out, and it's very valuable, if you are digging on your property anywhere, it's always a good idea to call your utilities to find out exactly where cables and lines are buried. You really should do that first. We, however, have done that in the past, and we know exactly where everything is, so we know that there is no lines or anything that would disrupt a utility where we are digging. So here we go. This is our next hosta that we are going to be dividing. So here again, you can look for a line. There's a line here. You could go over there. Actually, any one of these is going to create a plant. Any one. I generally like a small clump. So what we're going to divide right here is this. Right there. So we're putting our spade, our sharp, straight spade right down, and we're going to slice. It's going to sound painful, but it's not for them. This is a nice healthy clump. Okay. And let's dig around the edges. And here, we've actually already taken one area of these out and given them to my son for his yard. Hostas are great for edging, making everything look neat and clean. And they're very simple to grow. Okay. Flip this clump. And you can see you've got plenty of really healthy roots here. This is going to do beautifully in its next location. Now, whatever you do, when you take out a clump, be sure to fill in dirt here so that nobody trips and falls at night. Make it nice and even and safe. So we're going to move this hosta right over here in back of the sedum, which also can be divided. We're not doing that today, however. All of these are perennials. Here again, you just want to plant it even to where it was. So we're going to fill in our dirt all the way around. Here again, got pretty good soil over here. There we go. And do not drown the crown, whatever you do. So this is all the original dirt right here. We don't want any valleys around it, we just want it nice and even. There we go. Old roots we don't need. There again, there's old hosta, last year's hosta. You can just pull that off. All gone. And there you go. Hostas do well in many, many places. They're better off with a bit of shade. This tree will do nicely. It likes some sun, but it can do, some of them do beautifully in really deep shade. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed dividing perennials, and I hope you find a whole bunch more to divide and make your yards gorgeous. You have a great day.